looked a lot better than I thought he might. Press man on the outside on Michael Mayer, reroutes him at the line of scrimmage, and press man squeezes him to the sideline, locates the ball very easily. A thing that I fear with the tall corner, stopping and then accelerating back downhill, and it looked good. Got to see him show hustle on plays that weren't necessarily at him and his willingness to tackle. Speed out of the back pedal to the crossing route. Revel ain't having a problem going fast. They tried a triple move on him. Stop, go, stop. Covered all three of them, which was real nice.
Will make the beat bounce.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, right back. Like I never left, man. A couple of days away from probably the biggest game of the year. I know you're tired of me saying that, but the hole we dug ourselves with our schedule. Yes, every next game is the biggest game of the year until we can do things we want to do. But before we get into today's topic, shout out to my channel sponsor, Sleeper, for sponsoring this video. Listen, if you haven't went and set up your Sleeper account by now, if you're a fan of the channel, you're familiar. I say it every day. But go set up your account with Sleeper. Use code CFT, get a 100% match bonus on your first deposit. You can get a free $20 deposit for just setting up your account. No deposit required. Go do that. And look, this week, I would go do the over on Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams. If it's offense in Dallas, go do the over. Watch Sleeper take care of it.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code CFT. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Thank you, Sleeper, for sponsoring the video. Now, okay. Oh, yeah, and before I get too far into the video, too, do me the biggest favor. We are getting really close to 34K. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. A lot of y'all come back to the channel on the regular, and I notice when I'm looking at my analytics, a lot of y'all not subscribed. So hit the sub button for me if you like the content. Now, we're talking about one of our rising stars. And I know it's a little premature to say rising stars because he's only played like 20-something snaps. But today we're going to be talking about Shavon Revel and this Cowboys defense. Heading into this Eagles game, the defense is a big question mark. Not because I don't think it's ascending, but because it hasn't solidified itself versus better talent. This week, we're going to get all the talent in the world. Although that offense has been struggling, they're going to come out there and try and put their best foot forward. We're their division rival. They're wearing their best jerseys and all that. So we already know they're going to come out there and try to put their best foot forward and dominate on us on defense. But some of our new weapons we've added on defense lately has me looking at the defense totally different. Now, I know Quinnen Williams, Logan Wilson, they were the tops of the talks, you know what I'm saying, especially Quinnen. Quinnen changed so much. That's why I've talked about him earlier in this week. Quinnen changed so much. DeMar and Overshown coming back, big deal, big deal. Established star, but coming back from injury. So Shavon Revel kind of got lost in the shuffle. Now, shout out to my brother Vash Lombardi. Shout out to Jeff Kavanaugh. Shout out to Foots the King. And I've seen a bunch of different Shavon Revel breakdowns. So y'all have probably seen one by this point. So I'm not going to do y'all the disservice to come in here and trying to break down film because it's disrespectful. I'm not the film breakdown guy. I don't want y'all to be like, what is this elementary film? What is he doing? I'll just grab a clip from my brothers. Yes, I have permission from Vach. I know Vach. To post some stuff because if you haven't seen his video, which you probably have, I take the parts of the video that stand out to me. I watch Vach and Jeff. Actually, I'll put both the clips together. You can talk about it afterwards. Because Jeff's very concise. He said about 10 to 15 seconds exactly of what I liked about what Revel is doing. Vach is a little bit more long-winded in the fact that he talks about a specific play where Revel could have gotten lost and where our players we've been having play recently would have gotten lost, where we can see the difference between him and them, his play recognition, his start-stop ability and stuff like that. So I'm going to play these clips and then we'll come back and discuss it.
That, bro, but like it's just a little different than what we've been seeing. I don't want to hype it up too bad.
I don't want to hype it up too bad, but I think that it's worth considering the idea that this ain't a damn bad play here. Shouts out to Revel. Like I said, man, Revel played a bunch of, zone man and match in college or whatever, so he's good to go. I actually mentioned on the break earlier that, Revel was kind of caught up in one of those, I'm in the middle of a zone and I could tell something's happening to me, but I'm composed and fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we go. Revel's up here, bam. And you're kind of going to see Trey Tucker kind of wanting to, get you to take the cheese a little bit, or he'll just beat you over the top, in which Trey didn't do he didn't end up doing that. Shouts out to Donovan Wilson for kind of turning around and getting involved here. I want Donovan Wilson to turn a little bit better than that, but it is what it is. He technically did his job in this situation, right? But what's wanted here is they want Trey Tucker to go this way so that Shavon Revel can make the mistake by going that way, turn his hips that way so that Michael Mayer can get the free release right here. You even see Michael Mayer flipping his eyes to the backfield right here, right? You see him go 1, 2, boom, flip his eyes to the backfield, because he knows that if Shavon Revel eat the cheese, then the football need to be right there, and there's some treachery is going to be afoot. But hey, man, Revel did the right thing, man. Revel did the right thing. Revel said, hey, look, chat, look, right here. Revel said, hey, he passed his ass along, and Revel got his ass right back outside, got his eyes, right back outside. He got his ass outside too, you know what I'm saying? Pause if necessary, but hey, he got outside and cut down on that space, man. So even if Geno was looking in that direction, man, it just wasn't going. Geno ended up throwing to the other side there. That's just Geno. Was it some pressure? Was it any pressure on Geno that made him throw the ball like that? Yeah, of course. Hey, man, with a little bit of pressure, man, anything can be better. But I'm just glad the Revel didn't take the cheese on that last play, because he's comfortable in these zone sets. And the Cowboys look like they run a little more cover 4. So that's something to keep eyes on for sure.
Perfect breakdowns from Jeff with his clear and concise thoughts about Revel, just what he could be, and Vought showing that, Revel is different than what we've had. I'm not going to overblow the situation and say, yo, we got our new Dion. We might have our future cornerback. One. Seriously. That's not a slight to Diggs and nobody else. That's not what I'm even here to do. I'm just saying the young man is young, hungry, and athletic. And he actually was talking about how he played after the game. I'll play that clip in a second. But watching him, his start-stop ability does look great. His size is amazing for a cornerback. He's built like a receiver. He's 6'2", like 2-something. Like, great physique. But usually when you're that tall, your start-stop ain't that good. Watching him start-stop like that after an injury, you know why the Cowboys drafted him. Now, we got him later in because he was hurt, but with the proper rehab and letting him take his time, we believe we have a gem for the future. He could be a future monster on this defense. Now, right now, we're going to get what we can. We're going to get what we can. We are 4-5-1. We still ain't get to 500. We're still battling to get to 500, which is crazy, but we're 4-5-1. So Revel right now, everything helps. Revel, Quentin Williams overshown. Malik Hooker came back, looked great. Donovan Wilson, etc. All those pieces help the defense look respectable. I'm looking for respectable. But hearing him after the game, man, he just looked happy to get back out there. He didn't look like he was nervous or nothing like that. He knows he can get better, kind of like what Overshown was saying yesterday. And these are the things, this is the nuanced stuff I like. I feel like it's just important as the X's and O's. It's just how players' psyches are working. Listen to Revel.
Leading myself, leading my family. They had trust in me, had support from them all the way to here, so I kind of fed into that, and that kind of brought me to today.
And your first snap was third down in the red zone. You didn't have time for butterflies. It's like you had to go out there and roll.
Oh, nah, the butterflies was left in the locker room. Yeah. They had a little package for me, so I wasn't surprised when I had to get in the game. I had to get my mind right, take a little deep breath before I get out there in the game and get focused.
You had that one hit. How'd it feel just to lay a hat on somebody finally?
Oh, it felt great.
Yeah.
I needed that. Yeah. Either it took me getting hit or me hitting somebody for me to be like, okay, it's time to lock in for real. So
now that you've had your first NFL action, what have you learned from this experience that you're going to take into practice?
It's very fast.
Yeah.
It's very fast. At least this game, it was very fast for me. I ain't been out there in a year. So just trying to dial in on the details and focus on those. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Yes, sir.
Proud of you. How did it feel first time you being out there? Pretty exciting?
It was very exciting. Leading into it, I had like you said, I had butterflies. Leading into it though, you know, I got in the locker room. I kind of walked around the field before the game, just got to get the feel of, you know, get the atmosphere. You know, came back, locker room, listen to some music, you know, the little music that get you bumping, you know, get you focused, get you ready to go out there and play. So it was very exciting moment.
And then emotionally, all the work that you put into this, trainers, everybody, I mean, it's got to feel great for everybody involved, right?
Oh, yeah, it definitely feels great, man. Definitely for my family, because they've watched me since day one, since I got injured last year, you know, and just all the work I put in, though. I didn't do it for no reason. So I'm out there and gave it my best.
What's the song choice for you?
My song, man, Eminem, Till I Collapse.
Okay.
Till I Collapse, yes, sir.
I like that, man. I like his demeanor. He just looked happy to be back out there. I like that he's a hard worker. His dad, if you shout out my brother Boss Cowboy, he did a video interview with his father talking about, you know, Revel, his makeup, his background, his determination, why he's going to be a great player with the Cowboys, and his confidence in his son, knowing that if he could put out there, he gonna ball. And he did. Matched up with Michael Mayer, matched up with tight ends, didn't look nervous being out on the island. The pass rush did help. Shout out to Voch. He was smart, though. He was right. The pass rush did help 100%. But Revel being out there makes Bland better, because I think Bland can slide back into his natural spot. Kalen Carson, the forgotten about corner in this whole thing, looks better in Eberflus' system than he ever looked just playing man. Zone might be his thing. And since we're leaning into a zone offense with man components, Kalen Carson looked a lot better. He's not quite seatbelt yet, but I ain't gonna call him car seat no more. He's still, I'm gonna be respectful. Yeah, man, I like where we're progressing to. But this week, we'll tell it all. We'll see if we take a step forward or a step back this week. We're gonna see. Because the Eagles are gonna come in hungry trying to prove a point. They've been getting laughed at all week because of their own fault. It's their own fault. They argue with each other in the locker rooms and stuff like that. That's not me. And there's stories leaking out. That's not me. I'm trying to blame it on me. That's not me. That's them mad at each other. But as far as the Dallas Cowboys and our defense, man, young, hungry corners, definitely going to get another corner in the draft. But if you look up, you got a Revel. You got Kalen Carson playing better. You got Deron Bland locked up. Maybe Diggs plays better when he comes back. We'll see. I think Diggs is still going to be gone. That's kind of my thoughts. Or unless they move him to safety. But those are discussions. Those will be discussions for when he gets back. Let's get Diggs back on the field. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about Shavon Revel, his confidence, this defense, and this weekend's game, man. I'm excited. I'm almost ready to stop talking, although I'm going to do some more and just get to the game. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you love the content, hit the subscribe button. Help me get to 34K. I holla.